Welcome back to my channel. In this lesson video, we're going to talk about this topic, why research and education matters. Tanong mo rin ba yan? Okay, pag-usapan natin. So with which are you very familiar with? Is it intervention or targeted intervention? Insights or evidence-based insights? Decision-making or evidence-based decision-making? Alin kaya ang mas okay? Dati ba kapag nakikipag-usap ka, anong sinasabi mo? Magkakaroon kami ng intervention, may mga insights ako, okay, decision maker ako, so madalas meron kaming decision making sessions. Or ito na ang sinasabi mo ngayon, targeted intervention, evidence-based insights, informed decision making. Ano nga ba ang kaibahan at saka palagay mo ano ang mas mabuting gamitin? Alin ang mas talagang magiging epektibo or magdudulot ng magandang epekto? Intervention or targeted intervention? Insights, evidence-based insights, decision-making, or informed decision-making? Let's find out. So that's a question. Where lies the difference? Sasagutin natin yan as we go along. So when we say intervention, it is a general term for any action taken to improve a situation or solve a problem. Example, a reading program for struggling students. Sa iyo ba maliwanag na yung sinasabing reading program? Struggling students? Alam mo kung anong grade yung students? Sila ba yung nasa below proficiency level? Sila ba yung nasa frustration level? Ano? So, parang medyo hindi pa specific to, di ba? Reading program, what kind of struggling students? Paano kaya sila nasabing struggling students? What about targeted intervention? So, targeted intervention is a specific focused action designed to address a particular need, group, or issue based on data or assessment. So, meron ng basihan. Kanina, dito sa intervention, wala siyang basihang sinasabi. Dito, meron na siyang sinasabing data, based on data or assessment. Example, a reading program designed specifically for grade 7 students or learners who scored below proficiency in comprehension. So, mas specific na, di ba? Sinasabi dito na yung reading program ay designed specifically for grade 7 learners who scored below proficiency in comprehension. So, kung merong 50 na learners, i-assess muna kung sino sa 50 na yon ang below proficiency in comprehension. Then, for example, kung meron doong 15, 15, so sila lang ang isa-subject sa specially or specifically designed reading program. So, yun ang tinatawag nating targeted intervention. The key difference is that the term targeted. So, this adds precision. It's deliberate, meaning it's carefully thought of, pinag-isipang mabuti, pinag-aralang mabuti, deliberate, and based on identified needs or data. In short, hindi siya hinulaan, hindi siya basta tinuro lang, yun na gagawin natin, or dinesisyon na, ito na gagawin natin. So, there are bases, actually. So what happens when interventions are targeted? 1. Resources are used more efficiently. Time, funding, and effort are focused on those who need assistance most. Going back with my example a while ago, if there are 50 learners and the identified below proficiency in reading were the 15, so sila lang ang paglalaanan ng pondo, sila lang ang paglalaanan ng resources, ng equipment. Therefore, nagagamit ng mas maayos ang mga resources. Interventions become more relevant dahil hindi nang huhula, hindi basta nag-decide na eto na, activities and strategies address the actual needs and gaps identified. So, below proficiency daw in reading, hindi makaintindi, nababasa, maaaring nababasa pero hindi niya nauunawaan yung binabasa niya. Therefore, kung yun ang sagot, hindi ka pwedeng basta oral reading lang, kundi tuturuan na maintindihan yung kahulugan ng mga salita sa binabasa. Okay, so nai-strategize yung mga activities, yung actions taken, dahil alam na alam kung ano yung actual na need or gap. Outcomes improve. So participants are more likely to benefit because the intervention is tailored, talagang naka-contextualize, naka-design to their circumstances. Program effectiveness increases. Why? Because the likelihood of achieving intended goals is higher. Yun kasing ginagawa, that is intentional. Hindi yun basta, may magawa lang tayong intervention. Hindi. Talagang yung ginagawang intervention, merong nakaset na goal. So kung ang ginagawang intervention or ang nare-recommend mong intervention ay walang goal, oops, teka muna. Go back. Kailangan after ma-identify yung gaps, merong goal. Kasi kung walang goal, parang ano yan, naliligaw, hindi malaman kung sa kaliwa pupunta, sa kanan, or kung ano. So it's very important that based on the identified gaps or weaknesses, merong goal na nakaset na talagang nakakonekta doon sa identified actual needs. And continuous improvement is facilitated. Results can be monitored and adjusted for the target group. So, okay na okay, di ba? Kasi nga, yung target group mo, meron silang commonality. Therefore, pag na-monitor mo na ganito, teka muna, kailangan nating mag-adjust ng speed, kailangan nating mag-adjust sa mga materials na pinapabasa natin. So, you can do that because the intervention being done is not generalized, rather it is a targeted one. What about insights versus evidence-based insights? So magkaiba to ha, merong salitang evidence-based. So pag sinabing insights, general observations or understandings that may come from experience, intuition, or informal analysis. Okay, naka-generalize lang yung observations na yon. Example, teachers notice that students engage more with visual content. So napansin nila, mas gusto nila yung mga may illustrations, may mga images. What about evidence-based insights? So insights derived from systematic research, data analysis, or proven methods. So parang dito sa evidence-based, hindi talaga manghuhula or hindi basta desisyon. Okay? Example, research shows that visual learning strategies improve retention by 30% in visual learners. Di ba merong mga iba't ibang uri ng learners. Merong visual, auditory, yung reading and writing, and then kinesthetic. So, sinasabi dito kapag visual learners, effective yung visual learning strategies. Paano mo ngayon malalaman kung visuals yung mga ibibigay mo? So you need to assess whether and determine whether the learners are visual, auditory, yun yung mga styles nila, reading, writing, or kinesthetic. Okay? So meron ditong sinasabing resulta ng pag-aaral. Okay, kung visual siya, visual learner, alam mong visual learner dahil na-assess na, well, mas magandang bigyan mo siya ng visual learning strategies. Kung auditory naman siya, edi yung mga napapakinggan. Kung kinesthetic, mas gusto niya yung may mga movements, hands-on, actual, or performance kind of activities. So the key difference is that evidence-based ensures the insight is backed by data, making it more reliable and actionable. So what happens when insights are evidence-based? Ito ha, kaya talagang we have to see to it that the insights are evidence-based, hindi galing sa assumption, hindi galing sa panghuhula, guessing. So credibility increases. Because there's this evidence, the stakeholders are more likely to trust conclusions supported by data. They will never doubt because there are pieces of evidence. Decision-making improves, so leaders can make informed choices based on verified findings. Yun yung napakaganda. Informed choices, verified findings. Policies and programs become more effective. Actions are guided by actual needs and conditions. Okay? Yung policies, yung programs, tiyak na yun yung talagang kailangan dahil merong ebidensyang nagsasabi na sila talaga yung kailangan. Recommendations gain stronger support. Proposed interventions are backed by research evidence. Okay, so nalaman mo na maganda pala ang collaborative discussion, learning, mga linkages. E di susuportahan mo yun kasi alam mong merong mga data na nagpatunay na nagiging matagumpay ang proyekto, nagiging matagumpay ang event kapag merong collaboration. Halimbawa, and accountability is strengthened. Decisions and actions can be justified through documented evidence. Okay, so justified siya, nakadocument siya, no doubt. Okay, mas confident ka. Okay, so let's take a look at the third set. Decision-making versus informed decision-making. Anong ginagawa mo madalas? Decision-making or informed decision-making? So, akyat na tayo dun sa level 2, yung informed decision-making. Minsan kasi yung mga decisions natin, nagiging bad decisions yan, nagkakaroon ng bad outcomes or not necessary outcomes because we did not base it from information or yung mga verified data. So, plain decision-making is the process of choosing between alternatives, which can be based on instinct, habit, or limited information. Yun yung problem, guys. Minsan nagde-decide tayo, very limited yung info. Minsan nga talagang no info, basta we jump into the decision, we jump into the conclusion. Example, a principal decides to change the school schedule. Sabi niya, oh, magbago tayo ng schedule. So sabi ng mga teachers, bakit kaya? Walang naipaliwanag na basis. So ang daming question mark. While informed decision-making is the process of making choices based on relevant data, evidence, analysis, and stakeholder input. Merong batayan. Hindi na sila mahihiwagaan. They will never be puzzled because they are provided with support or evidence or solid piece of information that justifies the change being introduced. Example, a principal adjusts the school schedule after analyzing attendance data and consulting teachers and parents. Dito pa lang, pag nagkonsulta sa teachers and parents, data gathering na yan eh. Kinukuha yung mga responses nila. So enough data yon para maging basehan na, ito mag-move tayo sa ganitong schedule. Key difference, informed emphasizes that decisions are grounded in facts and analysis, hence reducing bias and improving outcomes. So, hindi na magtatanong, ba't ganun yung decision? Now, if there's this data, there's this information, no one will question the decision made. So, what happens when decisions are evidence-based? Kailangan talaga evidence-based yung mga decisions natin para less errors, more success. One reason is improved decision quality. Decisions are more likely to address the actual problem kapag evidence-based siya. Reduce risk and uncertainty. Data help identify potential consequences and minimize errors. Therefore, hindi na magkakaroon ng trial and error kasi sinabi na ng data dun sa mga, for example, challenges encountered, ito nangyayari. O edi wag na siyang gawin kasi nga reported na meron ng data na nagsasabing very risky yan, very impractical yan. it's not recommendable because it has a lot of negative consequences. Okay, so another one is greater accountability. Decision makers can justify their actions using documented evidence. So, pwede nilang panindigan, pwede nilang i-push talaga yung idea, yung decision nila kasi they can justify. They have solid evidence or proof. Efficient use of resources, time, funds, and efforts are directed towards the strategies proven to work. Okay. Proven na siya na mag-work kaya ang gamit ng resources ay talagang maayos, appropriate, efficient. Hindi masasayang, hindi maaksaya kasi sure na talagang nag-work ito sa iba at sa data na nakuha, napakita doon. Better outcomes, programs, policies, and interventions are more likely to be successful. You agree with this? Okay. Oo, pag evidence-based, ano yan leading to success yan. And increases stakeholder confidence. People are more likely to trust decisions supported by credible or believable evidence. Totoo naman. Kapag halimbawa, sinasabi sa'yo na mag-dual code ka, gamitin mo yung visual tsaka yung auditory. Meron kang visual aids, meron ka pang i-discuss, so meron kang dalawang gagawin, mas maiintindihan ng bata yon kaysa yung ipapakita mo lang yung visuals, i-present mo lang yung PowerPoint halimbawa, tapos wala nang discussion. Unlike kung may PowerPoint ka na, may visual ka, may paliwanag pa, mas maiintindihan ng bata. So, inilalabas yan, resulta yan ng mga pag-aaral na kapag dalawa or multiple codes, mas nakaka-promote, mas nakaka-yield ng further understanding on the end of the learners. Kaya nga na-develop yung visual aids. Kailangan kapag nagpipresent, may visuals para mas ma-facilitate yung understanding ng audience or ng learners. So with this, with the targeted intervention, evidence-based insights, and informed decision-making, excellence awaits. And of course, I believe you will agree that it is research that spells the difference. So yung research na ginawa natin talagang valid and reliable. Okay, with this, thank you very much. I hope may natutunan kayo sa maiksing lesson video na ito. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell for more lesson uploads, practical tips, and anything educational. Have fun learning!